against Dixon. Jaguars in a 2-3 zone. Gardner and Vitti on the wings. Tyshawn manning the middle. Horn and Dixon. Two-man game. Now they work a little closer. Good jump hook. Shot went up but didn't fall down for Jalen McCoy.
Now the Pacers have kind of hit the lull and not getting to the rim. Tyshawn Crawford there with a great contest. Jaguars got the rebound with a chance.
Now we've got a under 12 timeout comes with 11:44 left to play. We're at the Christenberry Fieldhouse. A battle for supremacy in the Peach Belt Conference, and the Jaguars trailing by 1.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
Let's take a look at some of these highlights from this immense matchup we have going on. We see Tyler Johnson there get to the rim, bounce right off Tyshawn Crawford. Layup. He's had a very hot start to the game. There's one of Tyler Johnson's threes. Here comes another one, sidestep. On the Jaguar side, Jaquez Kirby fighting until he gets it. There's Karan Boyd with also a three. Pacers ball movement. Jaguars first force Jamil Wright out into a travel there. And there's Jaquez Kirby, big hustle play.
Jaguars being out-rebounded in this one, 10-4 so far. 3 of 6, that is, from three-point range. Until Miguel Arnold just knocked that one down. So Arnold giving the Jags the lead, 16-15. His first two-point field goal. One triple in this game as well for Arnold. So Arnold now with 9. And that's a fall-away shot by McCoy. So McCoy active.
It wasn't a hook shot, Charles, but we talked before the game, and you say he gets one of those hook shots every game. And so my initial thought when he made that was that he needed to go buy a lottery ticket because it was lucky, but that's in his bag, as that is in Tyshawn Crawford's bag.
Yeah, more to come for Tyshawn. One would expect 22-point-a-game score. He's got 3. There's the hook. And that hook leads to a Tyshawn Crawford foul. And he's asking why he didn't get the call down the other end. Tyshawn had the reputation when he first arrived at Augusta as being a guy that could get a little hot under the collar. You might be able to take him out of his game, but he has been so much calmer under the circumstances. As Coach Celeste Stewart told me in the post game, control what you can control.
Yes.
Just let the rest of it go.
Yes. And it's a maturity thing. As you grow as a player and you realize your impact and what the team needs from you, sometimes you got to swallow it. I can understand him being frustrated at times. He gets beat every game, and he takes it on his shoulders, and he still shows up. So kudos to Tyshawn Crawford for the growth.
Jalen McCoy gives the Pacers back the lead, 19-18, 10.5 minutes left. Now the drive, Chris Britt, that's a goaltend, count the basket to Chris Britt. His second field goal, he's got 5 off the bench for Dimitris. So Britt earning more and more playing time with his offensive ability, and also has a steal thus far.
Yes, I mean, he plays both sides. I mean, look at on-ball defense. He's always in the right positioning. He's going to be a very good Jaguar. at the end of his career. It's a good one right now.
There's McCoy, and that's a goaltend down the other end. So McCoy has 3 field goals and 8 points in limited action. He has all but one of the points off the bench for his team thus far. Britt, behind the back dribble, working against 2 men in the zone. Finds David Beatty for the slam.
Chris Britt had the magic goggles on there. Seen what nobody else seen. David Beatty was the recipient.
Pacers trying to catch the Jaguars while they were still discussing that one. Perimeter jump shot falls.
Tyler Johnson has had it on automatic to start this game.
He's got
10 minutes.
10 points, Coach. And the Pacers have the lead once again.
What I notice about Coach Vanderslice as I look through his roster, he's got a lot of guys from winning high school teams. He's got Jamil Rideout from Berkmar, who was a favorite last year, or in those top 4 teams in 7A in the state of Georgia. Karan Boyd went to Cannon High School in Carolina that won state championships, and had Jalen Bradley that's at Alabama right now, and Tyler Nickel that's at North Carolina. Urbana is always a power in Ohio. Tyler Johnson, Cedar Shoals was a power when he was there. So, you know, that takes half the battle by getting guys from winning program. They know the sacrifice and what you have to do to win.
And they also can put it on their back as Tyshawn has carried the Jaguars this season. And if they're going to make a deep run toward a national championship, the big fella has to remain just that. A leader. They'll inbound near half court. Now the lob. Thrown way up high. Good move. That's another one of those jump hooks.
Jalen McCoy's came in and given a really big impact in the first half.
Used the window that time. 25-22, 3-point game, nearing the 8-minute mark. Tyshawn calling for it. Quez looking the other way. Tyree driving the lane. Has Horn on him, kicks it out. Lucas White with the mid-range.
Tyree Myers again with a Villanova stop, and the actual nomenclature for the stop he had then was a stride stop. Stride stop and donut.
Darren Lucas White, the lone starter who hadn't yet to score. Late call as Tyshawn Crawford just picked up his second personal foul. So the second timeout, second personal foul comes at the 7:58 mark. We got a timeout on the floor. The Jaguars trailing by 1.
All right, fans, check your raffle ticket for this meeting.
Augusta is calling. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity.
Take you back to NAIA! Get some road game on that head!
Grow and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
And here we are, the latest Peach Belt Conference standings. Augusta University out in front with that 11-3 record, tied with North Georgia. USC Aiken, you see the importance for the Pacers in this game. In third place all by themselves, and then you have Lander and Young Harris right there in the fourth place position. They're tied. Following them, you've got Columbus State, Flagler, Georgia Southwestern, Georgia College and State, and Clayton State. And a couple of those will face down the home stretch. So the Jaguars looking forward to feasting, hopefully, on those lower teams. But this game is so important for the opportunity to host the Peach Belt Conference tournament. The women have an outside chance of hosting as well. They'll need some help from Georgia Southwestern, as there's a good look inside the Peach Belt Conference and what's happening in one of the premier conferences in the Southeast and America. Jerry Horn. He's been quiet so far in this game. Only one shot put up by Horn in the game. He missed that one, but 3 of 3 from the line. For the young man who has been a leader for his team and dearly counted on for the victory. Their leading scorer averaging almost 16 points a game, along with 6 rebounds. Backdoor feed, David Vitti with the layup, but there's a whistle prior to the shot, no basket. What a dime Tyree dropped.
Fit it right through the pinhead, man. That was a very nice pass.
Tyree set to inbound, and it's Miguel. Rise and fire. Miguel Arnold. Miguel Arnold, 11 points now. The Jaguars trail by 1. Down low. Oh, Jaquez Kirby just enveloped that one.
Jaquez Kirby has had 3 blocks early in this game, and I mean, that was impressive.
Terry Horn. You've seen it already a couple of times this season where he's done that and actually taken the ball out of the player's hand. Not only blocked it, but just literally pulled it out of their hand. That time, the force of Johnson forcing him to give way as that jump shot is up by Miguel Arnold and dropped home.
Miguel Arnold again, he's saying it's dry outside, but it's raining 3-pointers inside the Christian Berry Fieldhouse.
Miguel with 13. Oh, almost had that one. Dribble penetration to the well. Ball deflected by Miguel.
You're not him, zero. Back in for the Pacers, Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, that's your bad, Zero. We know.
Hands down! Hands down!
We had to change.
Nothing easy now! Hands down! Wanna be tough! Wanna be tough!
Jamil right out. Pass to Johnson, and Johnson unable to pull it in cleanly with his foot on the sideline. That's a turnover back to the Jaguars. It's deafening inside of the Christian Berry Fieldhouse at times. Not certain if you guys can hear us. We'll try to do our best to rise above as the open look for Darren Lucas White leads to a drive. He loses control of the basketball. Steal by Boyd. Boyd in the front court, goes left side to Horn. Horn drives. And a layup is up and down by Horn.
Cannot give up penetration that easy, especially with Tyshawn Crawford out.
7 points in the game for Horn. As Aiken assumes a 3-point lead. Jaguars with Tyree Myers losing control of the basketball. It's on the floor. He's still diving for it. It's touched on the sideline by USC Aiken, right out.
Back in the game for the Jaguars.
The freshman out of Philadelphia. Watches it go out of bounds.
You got 7 seconds, Chris.
In case you didn't know, we got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Miguel rises and fires.
Looks like Miguel Arnold is locked in to start this game.
16 points for Arnold. Averaging 17 points a game for the Jaguars. Bank shot no good. Vidi with the big board. Miguel, keep an eye on him. With the yo-yo. Miguel drives the lane, kicks it. Britt was open in the corner. Tyree, he'll call his own number.
Jalen McCoy is doing a very good job of drawing fouls early in this game. When he was driving in, I didn't think he really had anywhere to go, but got into Jaquez Kirby's body and drew a foul.
.86% free throw shooter is McCoy. .65", 220-pound sophomore out of Raleigh. 3 for 3 at the line. Twelve points in the game for Jalen McCoy. And that's 12 off the bench. Chris Britt has 5 off the bench for Augusta. David Vidi with 2. Miguel catches on the wing, and there's a foul out on the perimeter.
Jaguars should be in a 1-and-1 right now.
And actually, that was the player that Miguel had the basketball, but David Vidi set the screen. He was fouled by Tyler Johnson. That's his first, team 7th. Vidi at the line. So Vidi with a pair of free throws. Wide open underneath, and Vidi picks up a foul.
It was a foul, but it was a basket-saving play, making him earn it like you do at the playground. Jaquez Kirby got caught out of position and would have given up a layup, but Vidi put the extra effort in and gave the foul. Old school basketball, Charles. Kind we grew up on.
Karan Boyd at the line. Freshman out of Concord. So Aiken taking care of business at the free throw line. Ten of 11 unofficially for the Pacers in this game. As they cling to a 2-point lead. Jaquez Kirby looking for the bottom. And foul committed by Miguel Arnold. So Arnold picks up the personal. We take a look.
I mean, it was a bang-bang play. One of many that we've had this half.
Demetrius, he's explaining exactly what he saw.
But if I'm the ref, I can't take him serious in that.
Official says, okay, we'll talk about it after the break, and we will as well. 3:41 left in the first half. The Jaguars trailing the 15th rated team. Trails USC Aiken, their arch rivals, by 2.
University, an experience like no other.
Gonna come back with some replays from this first half. Tyler Johnson been big time for the Pacers. Tyler Johnson again with 3. Tyler Johnson with the side step. There's Kirby working hard for the buckets.
We come back to live action, looking to inbound. They get it in the corner, 3 ball, rattles out, no good. Easy rebound by McCoy, he lays it up and in.
You're seeing the effects of the absence of Tyshawn Crawford not on the floor in this stretch. There's been the last couple of possessions Pacers have missed and got an offensive rebound and not had any basket protection.
Jalen McCoy averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and there's a steal. Ride out. Kicks it out. Horn. The jump stop. Dribble penetration against Vitti. Lays it up and in.
The Pacers are doing exactly what a good team would do in this situation. You've got the 7-1 All-American out right now. Tallest guy on the floor is 6'5", so we try to get everything going towards the rim while we can.
Terry Horn with 9. And Tyree Myers towing the sideline out of bounds.
Dimitri Gardner.
6-point game.
I'm gonna tell you what, Charles. When I come to these games, I don't come for the massages. I come for the facials, and that was a facial right there.
Delva dove into the hole that time, and now Tyree got in too deep. And the Jaguars are out of sorts with 2:14 left, trailing by 8. Dimitri Gardner back on the floor. Tyree Myers comes out. Chris Britt on the floor as well. Dimitri Gardner gets bumped by Horn. Horn trying to use that experience. McCoy working against Lucas White. Lucas White looking to lock down the left-hander. Spin underneath to the right hand.
Big time footwork. Jaguars got to kind of time out, try to get it under control.
10-point lead for Aiken. And the Pacer fans are loving it. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the first half, and the Jaguars trailing by 10, 43-33 in this big battle with a lot on the line.
There's McCoy, Chris Britt handling it. What a great pass. David Vitti flushed it through. Terry Horn. Batted away by Tyshawn Crawford. I think they called a foul there. It was Miguel Arnold in his stretch where he ran off 5 or 6 buckets in a row. That's a big time lob. Jalen McCoy flushing it through.
So McCoy putting on quite a show in this first half. And there he is again on the defensive end. So McCoy unofficially with 18 points in the first half, Coach. He's countered Miguel Arnold's 16.
You could have died getting 18 off the bench.
Chris Britt
those
rejected.
kind of plays.
Miguel on the sidelines. Now drives. Miguel Arnold in the paint, the floater. Lucas White couldn't get there.
Pacers bigs aren't as skilled as Tyshawn Crawford, but they're doing their job down here on the other end, just controlling the paint.
first.
Jamil right out at the line. He's yet to score in this game. Till then. He was 0 for 2 at the line, now 0 for 3. Fifth leading scorer. 7 points, 2 rebounds. A couple of free throws to make it a 10-point game again as we near the 1-minute mark. Miguel Arnold, 16 points of the game. Dimitri Gardner drives inside, reach in, and a foul committed by Tyler Johnson. I think the fans will be surprised when they look at the actual numbers of fouls called on both sides. Free throws shot at least. The Jaguars were 8 of 10. USC Aiken 10 of 11. Heading to the line here is Dimitri Gardner to kind of even up the score. With free throws, that is. Jaguars down by 12. Knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1.
The thing about this lead is it's not insurmountable in Charles. We've called many Jaguar games where they went into halftime down 8, down 10, and they get their plan together and they come out. So you want to see how USC Aiken combats the Jaguars' eventual charge that I think everybody knows is coming. Right now, they are playing a perfect game plan. Tyshawn Crawford is out with 2 fouls, and they have went at the rim every time. They haven't settled for jump shots, which coincides with the lead that they have right now.
So the redshirt freshman, Dimitri Gardner, out of Winchester, Virginia, taking care of business as we've got a timeout call by Mark Vanderslice as the Jaguars hemmed him up near the sideline. The official giving the timeout with 47 seconds remaining, and the Jaguars trailing by 10. 15th rated team in the country. This has been a topsy-turvy year for the Jaguars, even though we've got a 20-win season brewing. I say topsy-turvy because we started off at number 3 in the country, fell back to number 15, elevated all the way back up to number 6, then down to number 9, 11 to 15 again, back to 11, and then back to 15. But it doesn't matter. A couple more wins, you sew up the conference title, you play the conference championship here, and then you're just a couple of wins away from advancing to the NCAA tournament, which you probably will advance to anyway by virtue of your ranking. But doing it on your home floor in front of your home fans, great send-off as it was last year, can only lead to some wonderful runs if we get a chance to get back to the Elite 8 again.
Playing at home is where the magic happens. You want to try to do everything you can to play at home.
Jaguars 10-1 on this home floor. Their lone loss was to Flagler, the game that we call for you here as we get a steal. Opportunity to get a bucket to build some momentum down the stretch. Extra pass, Dimitri Gardner to the bucket, lays it up too strong. Gardner got all the way to the well but couldn't finish. Now the fast break. Terry Horn working the end line. Got to stay on him. Jump shot blocked. And then Tyree Myers, who's having a struggle of a game in this first half, kicks the ball out of bounds as he had a golden opportunity to grab it and give us one more possession.
That's 4 blocks for Jaquez Kirby here in the first half.
He's holding it down defensively, even though his offense has not been where it normally is. Third leading scorer for Jaquez Kirby, who averages 9 points a game. And Kirby has 2 points. Pull up. At the buzzer. Wide out. Closes out the half in style. Jamil Rideout, 6'2" freshman, Berkmar High School, with the field goal to close things out. And it looks like all their stars have risen up in this one. They got off to a slow start. Augusta looked like they might have a chance to be in control early. Miguel Arnold helped to set up the stage for some great things, but then it was the run by Jalen McCoy and Tyler Johnson. They were tremendous, and then Terry Horn and Karan Boyd came back, and it was just a party. It was a party. It was a party for the Pacers. And now Dipmitris, teddy bear outfit and all, will go back in the locker room with a chance to regroup. He and Zach Tinkham, and that experience of Lenny Carlson coming in, having played at UConn back in the day, they'll have a chance to talk it over and come up with some thoughts as well, and have our team ready with a renewed spirit for the start of the second half. We're going to take a brief timeout, but in just a moment, it's the halftime activities inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. On a Wednesday night, Peach Belt Conference basketball is fantastic, and you're watching it on YouTube TV.
Tell me why you are playing here at Augusta.
First off, I came to Augusta because Dip, he recruited a lot of people from the DMV area, and he had saw me at my state championship game, so therefore he saw me, saw my talent, and I came here, and it's just another way to, expand my horizon around, the world, because I live in Maryland, so me coming to Georgia is a different perspective and something that I really like to do, and it's hot out here, so yeah.
Tell me about growing up and some of the influences that you have. What brought you into basketball and growing up? Was there?
Yeah, my entire family played basketball. My mom, my sister, even my grandfather. Basketball been around for my whole life. I played multiple sports as well, but basketball is one of the best sport that majority of my family did. It's just something that I just needed to get away from Maryland. It's like a bad neighborhood where I live at, so it's just something to get away from.
Tell me about that, because a lot of people use athletics really to elevate their life and really make something different happen. Tell me how that happened with you.
I have multiple friends that, deceased because of being in the wrong place in the wrong time, so I took my part. Took time out of myself to be in the gym, work out, so I don't really have to go through that or just be in a bad situation. So my mom always told me, if you stay in the gym and you do your schoolwork, you don't have to worry about nothing else.
And how is that going to really affect your life? You know, you've come to Augusta to really transform your life, and you can tell you're going to make this happen.
Right.
Tell me about that and how you influence others. What would you recommend to do?
Just stay to yourself, be grounded, and be coachable if you're playing a sport, or just be disciplined if you're doing schoolwork as well. Just this world right now is different, so you have to really understand what's right, what's wrong, and just go from there.
Tell me how your faith got you through all this.
My family is very spiritual, so we believe in God throughout my whole years of being here. It's just my mom being a single mom, so she just always kept God first, and I just, she motivated me to just keep it first and just keep going from there. I always been a winner, but now it's like competitor and a winner, so I appreciate Dip for doing that.
And tell me about the national championship. You know, you got a great team this year. You got a potential run to the national championship. Tell me about what's coming together that makes you feel good about this year.
We go all the way this time and actually win it. It just comes down to defensive principles and then just believing in coach. So, I mean, it really comes down to just straight defense, because, defense is just lead off offense on the end, because we can score, but we got to learn how to stop people. But, I mean, we just started, so, throughout these couple of weeks and these first couple of scrimmages, we should be good.
Well, you're a great young man.
Thank you.
And you're going to go places. Hang in there. You're going in the right direction.
I got you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
My name is Haley Dowdy, and this is my Augusta University story. I come from a small town, Wrench, Georgia. Not a lot of people know about it. It's very rural. When you're in the country, you don't have a lot of stuff to do, especially as a child. You can play outside, but I wasn't really big on the outdoors. I stayed inside and I watched cartoons. And so I never really drawed much. I just kind of watched, and then I started drawing in middle school. So some of the specific artworks I did in the past, I drew a lot of anime, I drew a lot of just general cartoons. When I went from high school to college, do I want to do animation? I was scared that if I did it, I would hate doing it, because I did it as a hobby and not as a career. And so I was very hesitant to go into the animation industry and go into school because I thought maybe I'd end up hating it and that I wouldn't be good enough to be at that point. And I started doing art classes, and I went into the first class that we do, Animation History and Fundamentals, and I actually handled a little bit of like each kind of section of animation in those classes, and I loved it. But if you're doing something you're passionate about, you know this is what you want to do. It feels like this is what you were put in this world to do. And it's just a very liberating feeling, and it gives you confidence, like, hey, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and I'm proud of what I do.
There's a nice highlight package from the first half from both teams.
Yeah, getting a chance to take a look at what's going on with the USC Aiken Pacers, who lead 47-35. They got off to a fast start, working the ball inside and getting it done in a variety of ways.
Tyree Myers was great getting on two, finding Darren Lucas-White right there for an assist in the first half. Look for more of that in the second half. Great pass there to David Reedy. That was Wade Dolph.
Yeah, Miguel Arnold heating up. Miguel with a tremendous first half. He was really the only bright spot for the Jaguars, while USC Aiken was able to get contributions from a lot of players. Tyler Johnson and Jalen McCoy, they combined for 28 points in that first half. Moves like that are some of the ways that they got it done, Coach.
Yes, Terry Boyd. Pacers went right into attacking the basket when Tyshawn Crawford was out, as evidenced by these highlights when you watch them. They just played a really good first half of basketball.
More McCoy. He was the real McCoy in that first half. And Terry Horn with the hoop and some harm. They didn't call the foul on David Vitti. Was fortunate on that. And it's got to be somebody that steps in for the Jaguars to provide some offense. You know, we got a chance to find out that Miguel with the 16 points, no other player for the Jaguars had 5 points or more, and that was Chris Britt with the 5 points. And with Tyshawn Crawford only scoring 3 points in the first half, something's got to give for the Jaguars to make a run in the second half. And if you need any indication that the Jaguars can come back from 12 down, you don't have to look any further than just a few weeks ago when the Jaguars on January the 11th played a team called Lander, another one of our rivals here inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. And we trailed that one, Coach, at halftime by 14.
Yes, correct. And the difference, it's kind of a similar game, but in that game, Tyshawn So you want to see here in the second half if we're going to have the roles reversed and Tyshawn Crawford is going to meet the bell and get the Jaguars back into the game.
Yeah, Tyshawn only scored 3 points, as I mentioned, 1 rebound in the game, 1 assist, and 1 block shot for Crawford. The All-Americans, All-American, 1 of 2 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So the question that has to be asked is, what do the Jaguars need to do to get Tyshawn on the floor more consistently and to continue to see him shine as he's done time and time again?
You've got to find him. I thought USC Aiken did a really good job of having bodies behind Tyshawn and making it tough for him, and the Jaguars kind of went away from him. And also with his 2 fouls, and he sat for an extended stretch, he really had no presence in the first half to be spoken for. But here in the second half, you got to force feed it to him a bit, let him play. He's a willing passer off of it. I think the Pacers are so keyed into him that other guys can get open. But it really just all, when the Jaguars are playing their best basketball, when they are the tough, immense team that they are, it goes through Tyshawn Crawford.
So in that game against Lander on January the 11th, Miguel Arnold had 18 second half points, only 5 in the first half. Today, Tyshawn with 3. Let's find out what he finishes up with. And Miguel off to a fast start as Tyshawn did in that prior game. Let's see what happens with Miguel down the stretch as well. What a game it was for the women. As we're underway in the second half of this one, it's USC Aiken in third place as the jump shot from the perimeter is no good, and the second tried. They work the ball around the perimeter. Terry Horn against Darren Lucas White, the fall away. Rejected by Crawford, and that's a goaltend. The official on the far side not showing any love. Tyshawn blocked that one from about 7 feet away. So Crawford underneath, misses it, but there's Jaquez Kirby as Tyshawn Crawford comes down, and Jaquez Kirby having issue with their big man falling on Tyshawn Crawford's head, and they're rolling over him. They're going to send both players to the bench, to their respective benches. Tyshawn might need some medical assistance. He checks his left elbow. So the official's going to have a conversation. So we get a chance to take another look. The basket will count for Jaquez Kirby. If we could see it one more time. Yeah, it was just, like you said, a basketball play. Watch where Tyshawn falls backwards, loses his balance, and then he takes down the big for Aiken. That's number 24, Njai. The young man from the Senegal. One more look. Tyshawn misses the layup and then falls backwards as he loses his balance. And as they take another look, they just sent both teams to the bench. That players don't have to go have a seat. There was nothing there to see. Let's just play on. So Jaguars with a quick field goal to open up the second half. Jaquez Kirby with a jam. Now let's see if that stems the tide of the emotion that would have come from that slam, jam, bam by Jaquez Kirby. Jaguars have the lead down to 12. Terry Horn. A look of determination as that basket will count and a foul.
Talk about coaching-wise, when you're down, you want to get it before this first 4-minute timeout, this first 4-minute frame. You got to get it down to about 8 or 6 if you're the Jaguars. So it's got to be some stops and some scores down this way.
Horn in double figures now with 12. Tyshawn, double team, triple team, goes up strong, misses it, and he'll step up to the line to shoot 2.
Charles, I don't know if they can hear it behind us, but the fans are incensed right now.
Yeah. They're on a new level.
Yes.
52-37. This has an intensity like an NCAA tournament game, and that's exactly what coaches, we were just talking about that at halftime off wax, that you coaches like to have games in your conference or in your conference tournament that resembles what a tournament game will look like once you get to the state, or in their case, the regional level, which will be the case in just a couple of days. And now we've got more stuff happening.
It's getting really chippy in here right now. The Jaguars just got to focus on the basketball.
(52-37), 18:31 left to play. A whale of amount of time left. Jaquez Kirby off the dribble handoff. Gives it off to Tyree Myers. Right side to Miguel Arnold. To the rack. Miguel, dribble handoff. To Kirby, who lays it up too strong. Kirby will go to the line, and he will shoot two.
Excellent presence of mind by Miguel Arnold there to drop that ball off to Jaquez Kirby and draw the foul.
First time at the line for Kirby. Buries a pair. We asked somebody to step up, maybe to be Jaquez Kirby. Has a slam dunk, and now two free throws, and a turnover by Kirby, forced by Kirby. Third leading scorer for the Jaguars, averaging almost 10 points a game. He's got the basketball. See if they can set him up with one of those lobs. Miguel. 3 dribbles. Jump shot is off the mark, and it goes out of bounds.
I like the adjustment that Coach Mitchell has to kind of extend his defense. You got to try to create some chaos and make more possessions to get yourselves back. Get on the right foot, because the Pacers right now have punched the Jaguars and have them on the back foot right now.
Got a mismatch underneath. Tyree Myers guarding the big Njai. There's a steal. Miguel drives to the basket. Arnold. Oh my goodness.
Big lead ball handling from Miguel Arnold there.
His teammates love it, and so did Miguel. Much improved, but the dribbling going into his final year. Jump shot up, no good. And Kirby grabbing everything. Tyree. Myers inside, having problems with the dribble tonight. Gets it to the big. He's double teamed. Drives inside. Tyshawn Crawford.
Jaguars playing inspired.
Tyshawn Crawford. Ironically, this happened in the game against USC Aiken at their place just a few short weeks ago. These teams met there, and Tyshawn Crawford had a contact lens issue. And they had to take a timeout. In that instance, the officials actually called the timeout because the contact was on the floor. In this instance, he caught it to try to make that adjustment. And look at our team right on top of it.
The Jaguars went on a little mini run here. Got to sustain it and keep getting stops. Keep forcing USC Aiken into contested jump shots. Grab their rebounds and get it back down this way. Just like we spoke about at halftime. Get the ball to Tyshawn Crawford and watch the magic happen.
So often we've seen Demetrius pump the ball inside, not just to Tyshawn, but also Jaquez Kirby when he has the opportunity. Get the ball to your bigs, get out of the way.
Correct.
And when you've got 3 guys at about 6 foot or less on the perimeter, it's good to have 6'5", 6'6", and 7'1" inside to do damage.
Gotta take the advantage and use the advantage.
Your update scoring leaders in this one. 3 scores in double figures for USC Aiken, led by Jalen McCoy with 18, 14 in the game for Terry Horn, and 10 in the game for Tyler Johnson. Johnson scored early, but he's been held in check here lately. Jamil Rideout with the basketball. He's got 4. That's McCoy. Handoff to Horn. That's Johnson. His pass is deflected and stolen away. Hit-ahead pass. Handoff. Miguel Arnold rises and fires. Shot goes no good.
Miguel Arnold would have hit that three-pointer. It would have come unglued in Kristen Berry's field house.
In the game in which the Jaguars made the comeback against Lander back in January, they trailed, as we told you, big in that first half, but Jaguars outscored them by 17 in the second half. And escaped with that 3-point win.
It's Augusta's second. Back in the game for Aiken.
That kept them undefeated at home. 81-78 was your final. They'll be happy to do that here tonight. Horn with the basketball between the leg dribble. He'll drive against Lucas White inside. Loses the basketball, and they say out of bounds off Lucas White.
It was an impressive defensive possession on ball there for Dan Lucas White.
We'll keep that conversation going when we return. The Jaguars trailing by 9, 52-43 on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
We're going to come back and look at a highlight package from Miguel Arnold here. Here's Miguel Arnold with the steal. Just really has went deep into his bag tonight. Jump shot. And just like the singer, Miguel has been the sure thing for the Jaguars this afternoon. There he is again there. Just a hesitation. It don't take him much to get his shot off. Bottom of the net. Great dribble move there. Off the glass, lay in.
Yeah, one of the most important parts of Miguel Arnold's game is that dribbling and the ability to dribble in traffic. He used to give way and just run around screens, find an opening, and let his teammates hit him. But in today's game, Miguel Arnold, 6 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from long range, 4 of 4 from the line, 18 points, 1 rebound, and 4 steals for Miguel Arnold, the senior. And that dribble is in the backcourt. So dribble in the backcourt, gives the basketball back over to the Jaguars, trailing by 9. Coach Vanderslice goes into his deep crouch, like the catchers that'll be playing in tomorrow's softball game that we'll have for you on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Augusta University in action, off to a tremendous start. So is Tyshawn Crawford in the second half of this game. Tyshawn goes to the well, count it, and a foul.
Tyshawn Crawford's starting to get loose. Jaguars playing inspired on the defensive end right now. And I know that crouch that Coach Vanderslice was in. I've been in it many times myself when it's you're there and you just wishing and hoping and praying that something goes well for your team.
But you can feel the momentum shifting, huh?
Yes.
That's the crouch that says you're in that, trying to dig into your bag yourself as a coach. When you dig in your bag as a coach, what are some of the things you got in that bag?
Oh, man, it's the chest bumps with my guys. Of course, the crouch. I like to come out and clap. And it's a crazy thing. I didn't realize this early in my career. I'd go home from after a game and be like, why am I so sore? But you can't crouch like that for 10 minutes, man.
Right. I was definitely a catcher back in my days, so I know what that feels like. My knees are still hurting. as the Jaguars have it down after the three-point play by Crawford to a two-possession game. 52-46 is our count. Dixon to the basket. As he drives, there's a whistle and a foul inside. Chris Britt will come in. Tyree Myers will come out of the game. Myers, senior leaders, he's got 3 fouls. There's a lob over the top. Oh, he jumps underneath the legs. Kirby actually jumped over top of him, and his teammate landed on him.
Foul is on Augusta's. Shot player is Kirby. That's his second. It's Augusta's 4th foul.
Jaguars, when they have another timeout and when coaches can talk to them, they cannot lose McCoy. There's Tyshawn. I didn't really see the foul there. Oh,
that's what it was. He didn't fall on top of him necessarily. It was that wet spot that happened when his teammate hit the floor. So McCoy hit the floor, and with that, a huge wet spot occurred, and then his teammate slipped on that and hit the floor. Njai. And Njai still stretching that right leg. David Vitti returns for the Augusta University Jaguars. Jalen McCoy. 18 points. And with the 2 made free throws, he has 20 now. He's perfect at the line as well. 6 of 6 for Jalen McCoy. Miguel. Beatty can't catch it. And now Dixon. McCoy's up top. Bounce pass in the post. Reaching in is Lucas White, and I believe it's he that committed the foul. Yes.
The foul is on Augusta's Darren Lucas White. That's his second, Augusta's 5th foul. At the line for the Pacers, Samba Njai.
Samba Njai. Small sample size at the line this season. 75% free throw shooter, coach, but he's only had 4 attempts.
Oh, wow. 4 attempts. I could see that, though. Njai's a role player's role player. He gets in and he does his job defensively.
Let me correct myself, because they've got him listed twice in their column. I knew he had played more than 1 game. They had 1 game and 3 of 4, so somebody double hit him in there. 59% plus that 3 for 4 for Njai.
I was trying to make it work, Charles.
Oh yeah, you were definitely gonna bail me out, and I appreciate that.
Something the Jaguars have to look at. They're at 5 fouls right now. 2 more. Pacers are shooting free throws for the rest of the night, so they've got to get some possessions, string some possessions together where they're not fouling and getting stops.
As a team, they're shooting 70% on the year. Jaguars having difficulty getting the ball in bounds with Chris Britt and Miguel Arnold on the perimeter. So Demetris calls a timeout. 14:38 remaining. 10-point game. And the Jaguars need to pump it up inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Demetris drawing up a play. Zach Tinkham, Lenny Carlson looking on. And the 5 on the floor as they come out of their timeout. Tyree Myers, Miguel Arnold, Chris Britt, David Vitti, and Tyshawn Crawford. second half for Crawford. He's got 8 in the game. Inbounds to Vidi. He's fouled on the floor.
That play design, that baseline out of bounds design was aided by Tyshawn Crawford's gravity because there were 2 people so focused on Tyshawn Crawford having the basketball. Vidi faked one way, got straight to the front of the rim and drew a foul. Wide open.
David Vidi at the line. Two for 2 before that miss. The transfer from Georgia Southern, the junior from Buford. Second one in the air is pure. So Vidi has 5.
Jags are going to extend their defense and try to create some chaos.
Crawford with the rebound and the handoff to Tyree Myers. Myers orchestrating the offense. He'll drive and a reach in by Horn and a foul.
It's a great adjustment, great call by Coach Mitris. You want to extend that defense, not necessarily to get a steal. You want exactly to happen what just happened then. Delva is not a big part of the offense for the Pacers, but because of the speed up, he was the only person available, and he missed the shot, and the Jaguars got a possession back.
Miguel Arnold off the catch and shoot. No. Fouled in the act of shooting a 3-ball, I do believe.
That's his second, the team's 7th foul.
So Terry Horn picking up foul number 2. For Aiken, that's their 7th team foul. Miguel was in the act of shooting a 3-ball, so he'll get and hopefully make all 3 of these.
We're going to get to that 12-minute mark for that next 4-minute break. The Jaguars could potentially be in that 6 to 4-point range right now.
Knocking it down in segments and getting that 6th man involved. Workman-like effort by the 15th ranked team in the country.
Oh yeah, mismatch, Tyshawn.
Coach Dip Mitris trying to get Jaquez Kirby into the game. Is going to bring out Tyshawn Crawford if Miguel makes this one. So Miguel Arnold, who started off the season not shooting it from distance, meaning 3-point range or better, and not shooting well at the line, has much improved down the stretch as he rounded into form as he's had over the last few years. Freshman of the year in the Peach Belt when he came into the league, and continuing to grow each and every year to all Southeast, all Final Four last year. Miguel Arnold.
And arguably had the most memorable shot in Jaguars history.
No doubt. And we called it. Dribble penetration. McCoy with that hook.
McCoy is a bad man, Charles. Old school game. Adrian Dantley.
16 in the first half. Now 20 points in the game for McCoy. Out of bounds. Tyree Myers missed the basket. And no foul on the contact.
I think Myers is trying to draw a foul there, but easily just what he's been doing in the game, he doesn't have an advantage. Get on 2 feet and pivot and keep the play alive. I can understand his reasoning too with Aiken in the 1-and-1. That's an easy way.
McCoy gets away from Kirby and scores. So Kirby gambled, and McCoy took advantage of it. He's got 22. 10-point game again. There he is. Tyshawn underneath, triple team.
Pacers are racing to Tyshawn Crawford anytime he gets it on the post, trying to give him resistance.
Yeah, I would think in the under 12 timeout, Coach Demetrius might tell him just that. Attack the rack. If it's not there, kick it out on the wing. You've got Miguel, possibly Chris Britt, David Vitti, Jaquez Kirby, all capable three-point shooters. If not, just attack the rack and get some freebies. That one is off the mark. And Crawford unofficially with 9 points in the game. And we've got a 9-point game. 12:44 left. Turned in the corner, driving the basket. He misses the dunk.
That was a gift for the Jaguars. Can they capitalize?
Karan Boyd misses the slam. Tyshawn against Boyd. Underneath, he's bumped once, twice. And no foul call. Kirby races for it. They're going to say last touch by Jaquez.
I don't know. Tyshawn Crawford has to adjust to the refs, and sometimes they're not calling those. You're 3 guys there. Just get off of it.
Underneath, pass inside, reverse shot, no good. And it'll be Boyd headed to the line. So Tyshawn Crawford picking up his first foul here in the second half, but it's his third overall with 12:12 left to play. And the Jaguars trailing by 9. Boyd heads to the line as he will shoot 2. Karan Boyd. He's the 4th leading scorer on his team, averaging just over 10 points a game, nearly 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal a game. And Boyd, the 71% free throw shooter, misses a pair.
2 gifts for the Jaguars back to back.
And actually, yep, Boyd on a missed layup, and on that one, Tyshawn wants it. He's got Boyd. Tyshawn triple team, and they block it. McCoy got a piece.
I tell you, Coach Vanderslice, you can tell they have scouted Tyshawn Crawford's tendencies. Every time he gets to the middle, they're running 2 and 3 guys there. And it is making life difficult for him this afternoon.
The Jaguars have been in many wars, and many of their nightmares have come at the hands of the Pacers. We've got an exciting finish coming your way. They have remaining 11 minutes and 36 seconds. This is Jaguar basketball. You're watching it on the AugustaJags.com. Appreciate it, bro.
Tyshawn took one of his post touches to start the Jaguars off in the first half. Same thing. Go to the well of Crawford. The Jaguars are going to get back in this contest.
Seen before, which is they surround the coach. Everybody surround the coach almost like a fan base, all in that huddle. Normally you see huddles where everybody surrounds the coach, literally surrounds him. This time he's the front, and you've got guys seated, and then you've got a row of guys behind, and they're all leaning in, listening to the coach in stereo.
And I noticed that earlier, and I may take that to my program. You always look for little nuggets to make your program better. And you know how it is, Charles. You huddle it up, or the guys who ain't playing, they in the back elbowing each other and doing things
Side
like
conversations,
that. It's just a way to keep everybody engaged and everybody doing their job. Because I tell guys, too, the bench guys, you're doing your job. Everybody's doing a job.
Speaking of doing his job, Tyree Myers not having the best offensive performance tonight, but coming through with the little things that might help the Jaguars come from behind for victory. 2 free throws there, cuts the deficit down to 7. The Jaguars had it to 6 early on in the second half. Then it went back up to 10. Lead has been as high as 12 here in the second half and as big as 15 overall. Jaguars' largest lead has been 1.
USC Aiken has just passed it and played hot potato around the horn, but there's that guy, McCoy, the real McCoy.
Jalen McCoy with another field goal.
He has had a grand impact for the Pacers this afternoon.
Jalen McCoy, 26 points. And Miguel Arnold rises and fires and delivers for 3. He's got 8 in the second half. 24 for Miguel. Let's see, no basket. I thought they might call a carry on that one, but
that's what I seen.
Carry or a travel or something.
Fouls on Augusta's number 13, Jaguars Kirby. That's his third, the team's 7th foul.
Jaquez Kirby.
At the line for the Pacers, Jalen McCoy.
So Kirby picking up the personal, that's his 3rd. So foul difficulty for the Jaguars. You've got Tyshawn Crawford with 3, Tyree Myers with 3, and now Jaquez Kirby with 3. For USC Aiken, Samba Njai has 4. No other Pacer with more than 2.
Just give it to 12. You got it.
So I'll ask you, Coach, while we got this stoppage in play, what do you do to stop Jalen McCoy?
First off, you've got to get a body to him early on any shot or any place where he's loose and he's on the weak side because they're lobbing it up to him. He's left-handed, so you've got to sit on his left and try to force him right. I haven't seen him go right really all night. He's just going to the left every time. He's getting there, getting to his spot, and he is capitalizing.
Misses the front end. The Jaguars have an opportunity. For McCoy, that's his first miss at the line. Miguel Arnold, dribble penetrate, kicks it out to Darren Lucas White. Wanted to get it back to Miguel, and there's a foul on the perimeter for Johnson. So Tyler Johnson now has 3. And it's the 10th team foul, so the Jaguars will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. Augusta has 7 team fouls, so they're 3 away from that dubious task as well. Chris Britt, the freshman.
Can't say it enough. Very impressive freshman.
First time at the line. 5'7" out of Gastonia, North Carolina. So McCoy's miss was just the 4th miss of the game by the Pacers.
I've been watching Delva all afternoon trying to remember where I knew him from. And we played against his high school team, Cumberland Christian Academy, last year. They put it on us too.
And he's open for the slam. And he's misdirected the rim as well. I don't know if the referees see it, but the rim is bent. Down the USC Aiken side, they can't shoot down there. And he's pointing to it right now that they're gonna have to stop play. after the Jaguars score. The basket is bent. Darren Lucas White to the bucket. Lays it up and in. Now they'll call a timeout. If we can see that replay of the dunk, don't know if we have it, as Darren Lucas White runs down to tip it away. That's Lucas White's finish, but on the previous play with the Pacers slam, the rim got taken down and didn't snap back. You called his highlight out, and then he scores the dunk, Coach, as McCoy misses a rare miss for him. And here come the Jaguars. Lucas White with Chris Britt on the floor. Jaquez Kirby, he was open. Goes to Tyshawn Crawford in the paint, working against the big. Goes inside and scores, and a foul.
That's all. We talked about it at halftime. Wanted to know if Tyshawn Crawford was going to answer the bell. I don't know your thoughts on it, but I'm seeing him ring it pretty loudly right now.
Crawford with 11 points.
Great footwork, great presence of mind to not travel there. Finish it through the hoop, through the horn.
We've got a 2-point game. So the Jaguars will try to lock down defensively. Chris Britt. He's playing right out. Jamil hands off to McCoy, to Horn. Back to right out. Right out. Fakes. Now drive. Jump stop. Inside. Rejected by Crawford. Miguel. You know this is Miguel time. And they knew it was Miguel time as well, as they put the locks down on him. There's a dump down low to Crawford. Fake. Throws it out the perimeter. Miguel Arnold. Miguel Arnold on the catch and shoot has given the Jaguars the lead.
Great pass there. Tyshawn Crawford, the ball Crawford don't need any space to get his shot off. Sure thing, Miguel Arnold.
Everybody in the building knew Miguel Arnold was going to get that basketball, but it didn't matter because he's Miguel Arnold. He rises and fires, and he gets the bucket. The home rim roll as it drains home, and we have an opportunity with the women winning by 40 earlier tonight, 92-52, behind 26 points from Kennedy Manning and 24 points from Tamaya Alford. They combine for 50 of the team's 92, and we have a shot at a rare double here on our floor. The Jaguars locked up in a classic with USC Aiken, a battle for the Jaguars supremacy as they try to hold on to first place in the conference, and with a piece of home first place on the line, the Jaguars with the win will inch oh so close to capturing home court advantage and hosting duties for the upcoming Peach Belt Conference men's basketball tournament. I'm Charles McNeil. Darren Douglas, the coach, is alongside. And just listen to the atmosphere. We're missing the pep band tonight, Coach, but we got the DJ pumping up the sounds. Now the defense needs to be ramped up. McCoy. Oh, nice float game there. The teardrop.
McCoy has been impressive this afternoon.
What did I tell you about him before we started?
Yes. So he's a lefty, willing passer, and has a hook shot, and all of that was true.
And then some.
Yes.
66 all. Lucas White dumps it off to Chris Britt. Bounce pass. Back to Lucas White. He doesn't have an opening. Chris Britt does. Front iron no good, kept alive by Jaquez. Almost a foul by Jaquez, and now McCoy. Hit ahead. Horn rises and fires. He's got it.
Great pitch ahead by Jalen McCoy there. Terry Horn, I think, just kind of stared Chris Britt down and seen the size advantage and let it fly.
Miguel, right back at you. No. Still a ton of time left. 7 minutes left, just underneath. As Rideout into the front court, trying to guard the basketball against the diminutive Chris Britt. Reaches in behind, nearly comes away with a steal. Turn in the corner is Horn. He gives it off to Rideout. He launches from deep. 3-point field goal and a foul.
It's tough. The Jags got to refocus right here. Gain control of themselves defensively and come back down here and go back to what was working offensively. Great shot, great presence of mind by Jamil Rideout to knock down that three while being fouled.
Yeah, severe and intense focus on that part of Rideout. Knowing a guy was tumbling toward him. Stayed locked in, and he has a rare 4-point play. So Rideout with points here in the second half. Gives him 7 now in the game. The Jaguars, who took the lead momentarily, now trail by 6. Lucas White drives the lane. Darren lays it up and in. Oh, we will count it and a foul. No. PA announcer said count it, so I was ready to call it. And they call it an offensive foul against Darren Lucas White. On the next stoppage of play, we have to see that again. And that's the 19th foul against Augusta. Don't shoot on the offensive foul, but one more. They'll be shooting 2 as Augusta has already started doing that. Jaquez Kirby with a single-man defense against Rideout. 1-3-1 for the Jags. First time they utilize that. They're struggling. Shot clock is at 12. Pulling up. Oh, my goodness.
Rideout can't even get it right now.
Rideout with 7 quick ones. And now a steal. Horn looking to take it to the rack. Terry Horn. And the Pacers, and look at their crowd, they're going bonkers.
That's how it goes in rivalry games, Charles. They wanted more. Like the way Terry Horn sprinted and stole that ball while it was being thrown and got down and dunked it. Jamil Rideout having a really big segment before then. Got to see how the Jaguars respond. They've responded many times in games that we've called. So
there's nothing like college basketball, and the intensity, the love, the passion, and again, the caring of the community. This started off with a teddy bear toss, and it has gotten far more intense with things being thrown all over the place. Haymakers by both teams. And right now it's the Pacers having us on the ropes. 11-point advantage, just under 6 minutes left to play. Your leading scorers in the game thus far, Miguel Arnold with 27 points for Augusta, and Jalen McCoy with 28 for the Pacers. Terry Horn with 18, Jamil Rideout with 11, Tyshawn Crawford with 11. Those are your top scorers on both sides. And what a game it's been. Both teams dishing out 7 assists. The Jaguars with 7 steals compared to 3 for USC Aiken. But we've been out-rebounded 33-16 in this game, and it may very well come to us controlling the boards down the stretch. The Pacers have Njai back on the floor working against the big fella. Missed layup. Crawford can't pull it in, and it's last touch by the Pacers. Crawford and Rideout having a conversation. Jaquez Kirby and Crawford inside. They fake the in pass, and then the jumper by Miguel.
Tremendous play design there on that baseline out of bounds. Miguel Arnold wide open.
Miguel Arnold with 29 points. Backdoor feed. Lucas White guarding Horn. Giving up about 3 inches. Horn turns and faces. Jump shot in the air.
Pacers are answering every punch.
9 points in the second half for Horn. Miguel drives the lane, slides to the floor, and he's fouled.
The foul is on Aiken's Karan Boyd. That's his second foul.
This might take a while. For player safety, they're going to make sure they wipe every nook and cranny of the floor. I mentioned Miguel Arnold had that fall just outside the lane, so they're covering all their bases. Don't want another situation like the player from USC Aiken that slipped when his teammate fell down earlier. We've got an 11-point game inside of 5 minutes left. The Pacers huddling as Miguel Arnold will head to the line.
Big league effort from the Pacers. Jaguars actually took a 2-point lead, and from then on, it's been all USC Aiken.
Miguel Arnold, 9 for 9 at the line, 31 points for Miguel Arnold. Bounce pass in the post. Off balance shot, no good. Bodying up, Tyshawn with the board and holding it high over his head. Dribble penetration. Tyree, we need it. Off the front iron, no good. That would have been a big one. 4:11 left. Spin move. Inside, it's Horn.
Terry Horn has been a huge contributor in the second half for the Pacers.
Tyshawn Crawford aggressively to the 10. He drew contact and will head back to the line. Timeout on the floor, 3:55 left. Let's take it with them. Get a breather. It's Jaguar basketball on AugustaJags.com.
1-5. Please see the cheerleaders. Thank you.
Let's take a look. Miguel Arnold, as he tickles the twine time and time again. Jalen McCoy doing work up over the big fella. running and facing up and drilling the triple from the corner. And Moorhorn giving it up to Rideout, feeling the contact with Miguel coming over on him. Lucas White barreling through. Looked like he was moving on that one. That was tantamount to that call in the Super Bowl, Coach. Many thought cost the Eagles the championship.
All I can say about that call is, as a Saints fan and having so many calls go against us, I hated it for the Eagles, but I was glad it wasn't my football team.
Yeah. The Cowboys the same way for me. Tyshawn Crawford missed the first, missed the second. I was looking over at Miguel Arnold's numbers on his next field goal. If it's a 2-point field goal, he will tie his career high. Miguel with 31, he had 33 in that legendary game in the Elite Eight against Chico State last season. Talking about the NCAA Elite Eight. What a coming out party that was. Welcome to the, that's how he made the All Final Four team. This is Karan Boyd. After making his first, he missed 3 in a row before making that one. So Boyd now with 6.
Jaguars got to score quick and then get turnovers.
Miguel from the free throw line. That's no good. Tyshawn knocks it out of bounds. And the possession will go over to the Pacers. USC Aiken has it. They're up by 11. And 3:43 left to play in regulation. Terry Horn, he's going to try to take it again, and he does make it. 6 made 2-point field goals in the second half for Terry Horn. 13 points in the half as well. Darren Lucas White on the drive off the dish from Crawford. Whistle and a foul. Again, the Jaguars are tied with North Georgia for first place in the conference standings. USC Aiken at 10-4 finds themselves 1 game back. So a win for them ties them with the Jaguars, but they would have the advance should they be tied at the end because of the head-to-head.
Jaguars got North Georgia. That's Wednesday.
That's right. So still work to do, but you know they didn't look past them for this contest. Lucas White. Comes through in the clutch to Darren Lucas White. One of 2 before that one is there's Horn again.
Terry Horn wants to win this game. You can see it in his mannerisms after he scores. Not like they don't want to win every one, but it seems like this one is extra special for him.
It means more.
The foul is on Aiken's number 24, Samba Injai. That's his 5th and final foul.
And for Injai, Samba heads to the bench with his 5th foul at the 2:58 mark. So one of the big guys is down, and they're going to go with a much smaller lineup that Tyshawn should be able to take advantage of down the stretch. They're coming in with some strength in the person of Tyler Johnson, 6'2", 180, but he's definitely been in the weight room. Ron Boyd also in the lineup, 6'5", 210. Tyshawn knocking down a pair, 12-point game, and there's a foul by Lucas White. Right out. Oh. official, the
Which
back
that was-
official,
yeah.
called a traveling violation, the one behind the play. And we will take it.
I think USC Aiken wants him to go to the monitors. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Well, you can't go to the monitor, but I don't know if you can on that particular play. Oh, Miguel lost control of the basketball. And now the makeup call, an offensive foul is called.
It's a good acting job by Tyler Johnson. And give the Pacers credit. They've come in here and executed a very good game plan this afternoon.
Lucas White guarding Horn. Now the mismatch inside as well as outside on the perimeter. Right out, rises up. Shot clanks off, no good. Tipped around, who wants it? Chris Britt does, 2-on-1. He and Miguel. Miguel to the bucket, rejected, out of bounds. The man of the hour, Terry Horn, with another defensive effort. Flying in, they'll swat that one away.
A major effort by Terry Horn.
Pulling up, Miguel high in the air. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Chris Britt getting down in his stance. Got to get a takeaway. Bounce pass, McCoy puts it on the floor. Strong left-handed player, guard against that hook. There it is, the hook goes up, tipped out. Kirby has it, off to Miguel. Miguel to the arc, kicks it over to Britt in the corner. Chris Britt rattles out, no good. Tyshawn couldn't get in position to grab it.
The lid's been on the basket for the Jaguars. The jump shots here down the stretch of this game, which is making it extremely difficult for them.
Tyshawn will get it, figure out who's there, then drive, and gets pulled down, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
The foul is on the Pacers, Karan Boyd. That's his fourth foul.
So Karan Boyd just picked up number 4.
Tyshawn Crawford.
97 seconds remaining. The Jaguars down by 12. 10-1 on their home floor. USC Aiken 10-2 on the road this season. Tyshawn, deep knee bend. Crawford with only 3 field goals in the second half, coach.
You give credit to the Pacers' game plan. They just made it extremely tough on him. Now, he went to the free throw line quite a bit more in the second half, but the Pacers had a really good game plan. I got to give him all the kudos.
He's 8 for 10 from the line as he gets another rebound. Here comes the Jaguars with a chance. Lucas White, money to the basket. Darren Lucas White can score 10 points in a matter of seconds. Nearly a steal. Deflection. Oh, it gets by Tyshawn, and the layup is good. Almost got the steal. Beautiful deflection at half court. Tyler Johnson with the field goal. His first field goal of the second half. Underneath, Tyshawn misses it. Ball tipped out by Kirby. The Jaguars will keep the possession.
1 minute.
With 1 minute left, down by 10. See if Reggie Miller has any eligibility. Off the inbounds. Pulling up, Miguel. And down to the floor goes the Pacer. That's number 1, Boyd, as he hits the floor with 55 seconds remaining.
So here's the thing as a coach. This sets the tone. You're losing the game right now. It doesn't look good for you. So you got to ask yourself as a program, how do you want to lose the game? Do you want to go out fighting, or do you want to lay down? And the choice that you make is going to have an impact on how the rest of this season goes for you.
In the game for Augusta, David Beatty.
So David Beatty checks in. We need some three-point shooting down the stretch. I know the Jaguars had this one penciled on the schedule and highlighted. Chris Britt, gonna put a little pressure on him so he can't let it dribble up the floor as he has it. Britt, dribble handoff. Miguel turns the corner. The three ball. Miguel Arnold just set a new career high. 34 points for Miguel Arnold. 91-82. Got to put him on the line. Got to foul him.
The foul on Augusta's Chris Britt.
Jaguars need to extend the game and hope that they miss a pair of free throws. Down by 9. It's a 3-possession game. 38 seconds left. All right, coach, put your coaching hat on. How do we get 9? Or if they make one of these, how do we get 10 in the next 38 seconds?
I think you got to pay for them, Charles. I don't know. One thing, you got to go to Miguel Arnold and just let him fire it.
So right out, made good at the line. He's got 12 in the game. Miguel Arnold rises and fires. No. Arnold foul in the act of shooting a 3. We got a technical foul.
That's his third. We also have a technical foul on the Augusta bench.
The Jaguar bench just got a technical foul called on them.
Oh, man.
As Rideout committed his 3rd personal foul. It'll be Terry Horn at the line. Terry Horn extends the lead to 13 with 35.4 seconds left. And so they did not call a foul on the shot by Miguel. Chris Britt, dribble handoff. Lucas White out to Miguel Arnold for the elbow. He's got it. Miguel Arnold with another 3.
Give credit to the Jags for playing to the final buzzer.
That's the 6th made 3-pointer for Miguel Arnold, but the Jaguars still down by 10.
They got about 38.
And spectators, we request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments.
Miguel once had 9 made 3s in a game against Mount Olive back on November the 12th of 2021. Miguel's doing it efficiently as well. At the last stat sheet we received, he was 4 of 7 from distance. A couple of more tries and a couple more makes. Gives him 37 points or 36 points in the game. Yeah, 37 points in the game. A new career high and 6 threes. Jaguars need defense as the Pacers have put 95 on them. USC Aiken. And they're faithful, celebrating as the Jaguars have called things off, down by 10. USC Aiken will pick up their 18th victory of the season. 7 defeats, their 11th Peach Belt Conference win as well, and now 11-2 on the road. Their win streak improves to 3 in a row. The Jaguars' win streak ends at 1 in a row. They're now 20-5 on the year. 11-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. That's tied with Aiken, who will have the tiebreaker based on the head-to-head, knocking off the Jaguars not once but twice in this season. Jaguars fall 10-2 on their home floor as well, Coach. And just not the way we wanted this one to end as the Jaguars fall by a final count of a 10-point setback here tonight.
Highlights from the game this afternoon. Jaquez Kirby with a monster dunk. I mean, the Jaguars fought hard. You give credit to the Pacers and their game plan and their willingness to execute it. Both teams fought hard, as evidenced by a lot of these highlights that we're showing to close the game out. Tyshawn Crawford, when he got it down there and had room to operate, he did his thing this afternoon. But Terry Horn was huge in the second half. You know, there was the Jaguars getting a stop. And Jalen McCoy was a revelation for the Pacers this afternoon. He had 28 and got it in a variety of ways. 28 for Jalen McCoy, 29 for Terry Horn. Big time production from 2 guys from the Pacers to help them get the win. Go back, Miguel Arnold caught fire all night. It was raining threes. There's another one of his 6 threes that he hit tonight.
White exploding to the lane and scoring. Tried to give the Jaguars an opportunity. Tyshawn Crawford with a rare up and under move, got to the basket. Tyshawn made a way to get Miguel open, and he knocks down a shot.
From then on, it was all Pacers. The pitch ahead from McCoy to Terry Horn. 3 of his 29 dropped straight through the net.
Game, we talked about it from the start. Terry Horn and, you know, the Jalen McCoy, 2 of the guys that we'd be counting on to do big things. Right out, we knew his name and we knew what he was capable of against Miguel Arnold and the veteran leadership, Tyshawn Crawford, the senior-led team of the Jaguars. But in the end, we dug ourselves too deep of a hole at the half, fought back, tied things up, took a brief lead, and then it was all the Pacers after that. They won this one by a final count of 95-85 as courtside here with the coach, Darren Douglas, Charles McNeil here, and Coach, we got a chance to watch a game that had all the makings of a classic, just like the women's game was, a classic in which the Jaguar women fell behind early and then went on a meteoric rise to victory by 40. And the men wanted to follow suit and make it a sweep against the Pacers, but this Pacer team had something else to say.
Pacer team came in, the Jaguars had a target on their back, and the Pacers already came with confidence because they beat them a few weeks ago. And as you watch, the game got a little chippy. Pacers never got off of their game plan. They did exactly what they needed to do to win. The guys who needed to make shots made shots. The guys who needed to defend defended. The bench had extreme energy. Very impressive win for the Pacers tonight. Now you want to see how the Jaguars move forward from this.
Yeah, well, a lot still to come. 3 more games left in the season, closing things out on homecoming as well as the senior day and a couple of Saturdays from now. So if you're Demetrius and you're talking to your team in the locker room, what do you tell them after this devastating loss?
You're telling them we're going to get back in here and we're going to work tomorrow. We still got a lot of season left, and for where we're trying to go, which is the goal is, you want to win every game, but the final goal isn't to win a home game against USC Aiken. The final goal is to win a national championship, and that's still in play for the Jaguars. I think because they're an older team, losses won't get them down it won't mess with their psyche as bad as it would a freshman or sophomore-oriented team. So I think, when we come back here, the games even in between that and when we come back here, I expect the Jags to be on a winning streak, and it'll just be business as usual.
Yeah, they've got another big one. You mentioned North Georgia is part of that road swing that they'll have, the 2-game road swing that starts on Saturday. You'll be able to watch that game on the Peach Belt Conference Network, and then they play another game on Wednesday on the road, then return home for that final game against Clayton State. Should be an easier contest to close out the year, and then we'll have the determinations pretty much set as to who's hosting the Peach Belt Conference men's tournament. Hopefully it'll be us here in Augusta, but if it isn't, it could very well be the team that we faced in USC Aiken, a place that we've lost to already this season, and always a tough place to go into.
Correct. I mean, Jaguars just got to, it's an acronym for loss. Learning opportunities, stay strong. So come in here and just do what you do every day. Watch the film, go back, clean up the mistakes, and I think the Jags will be back on top soon.
Yeah, they certainly will. I know that Coach will definitely want to improve on the defensive effort. Giving up 95 points is not something that they do on a regular basis. Looking at the scoring as we did on the season in our losses, they've been, a couple of ones that have gotten away from us. The game against Flagler, which was our first loss here, 89-75 was the final score of that one, and then the loss that followed that against Aiken on the back-to-back losing streak, our first 2-game losing streak, and only 2-game losing streak of the season against Aiken. It was 81-76 earlier this season. Of course, we went on the road and we faced Virginia Union. They were nationally ranked at the time, and we had that matchup. And in that matchup, it was a beautiful game as well, in which we had an opportunity to be in the game, but lost 83-62. So, only 4 losses on the season coming in. 5th loss. Last year we had just a few losses, over 30 victories. It wasn't going to be that way. You get everybody's best shot when you're coming off being a national finalist.
Yes, that's correct. They're everybody's Super Bowl. These guys came in here and they wanted to win. You could see it. You could see it in the warm-ups. You could see it in how they were interacting with each other. You could see it with how they were celebrating each other. So, once again, I can't say it enough. Major props to the Pacers. You don't take anything from them, but if this was a 7-game series, they're up 2-0. You got to win 4 or however that many, and I would still take the Jaguars. It's just a really, really good game plan for the Pacers tonight. But I think the Jaguars, when they fix a few things, they'll be okay in the long run.
No doubt about it. Let's go ahead and run down the numbers for you. Miguel Arnold with a career-high 37 points tonight. He also had 1 rebound, had 4 steals in the game, and Miguel Arnold contributing 11 of 21 shooting. He was 9 of 9 from the free throw line and 6 of 10 from long range. Miguel Arnold having the night of nights in a losing effort. Tyshawn Crawford finished up with 16 points. Remember, he only had a few in that first half. Finished up with 16 big points. Also had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocked shots. Those were your leading scorers for the Jaguars. As for USC Aiken, with their 95 points on the board, they were paced by the 29 points you spoke of from Terry Horn with 11 of 16 shooting. He was 6 of 6 from the line, 1 of 2 from long range, and also 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for him, and 2 blocked shots for Terry Horn as he played it on both ends of the floor. 2 other players in double figures, 28 points in the game for Jalen McCoy. He had 10 rebounds, a double-double in the game. Also contributed with 2 assists and 3 blocked shots. And then the last double-digit score was Jameel Rideout. He really came through, Coach, at the very end of the game with a couple of clutch field goals and some free throws. Rideout finished up 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 5 from long range, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 14 points and 2 assists, but he did turn over the ball 5 times. And if we do get a chance to face him again, we got to put a little bit more pressure on that guard situation and get them out of their sets early on, I would think.
Indeed. I felt like the Pacers were able to do pretty much whatever they wanted to do offensively, and they ran it to a T tonight. And I would be remiss, Rideout had 14, but Tyler Johnson carried him in the first half, and I think he finished with 12. So Pacers were balanced, and just really poised to win the basketball game. Took a punch. Jaguars took the lead with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second half, and then from then on, it was all USC Aiken. So
again, an opportunity for the Jaguars to rebound coming up on Saturday. And then a week from Saturday, they'll be back home for the homecoming and also for Senior Day. We hope that you'll be with us 1:30 and 3:30 a week from Saturday. That's when we close out the regular season, and we'll have the news, I'm sure, on AugustaJags.com as to where the Jaguars will be headed, both the women and the men, with the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. That'll be coming up late in February and the beginning of March. March Madness right around the corner. So thanks a lot, Coach, for all your work today. Appreciate you as always, and thanks to the Augusta University Jaguars program for having us here courtside. I'm Charles McNeil for Darren Douglas and for the men and women working hard for you to bring you the best coverage of